Hi everyone, it's Morgyn from For the Love of Paper, and I'm here with a Project Life Process video. This is my part 3 for December 2016. So we're getting through them slowly. I think there was 8 parts altogether for December. Went a little photo crazy. But anyway, this one is part 3, and this was when we went to, this was actually 2 events. The top 3 photos were from the local Christmas parade that we have here in town, and I actually didn't take any photos of the parade itself because it was dark and my phone does not like taking photos in the dark. My husband did get a couple of good ones, but he always forgets to send me his photos and I get annoyed and frustrated with it, so I've just given up even trying to get photos of him. So there was just a couple of photos of me and Sam and I, and then one of the big tree that they light in the town square. And then the bottom photos are all from the fireworks event that we went to near my mum's place. We go every year, and yeah, so that's what those photos were from. And the one that I just showed you there, as I happened to take a photo of the fireworks, one of them happened to be in a little heart shape, and it was so cute, and I'm so glad that I took my camera out at just the right time and that it actually came out as a half decent picture. So I went and cut down all the photos, trimmed all the edges off, and did that off camera. And now I'm trying to get some patterned papers and whatnot to back my photos on. So these were the papers that I had printed off for my December daily. I know I've mentioned them before in other videos. So yeah, I just made them with some digital elements and then printed them at home, and then never ended up using them for my December daily. But nevertheless, I'm trying to use them up on my other Christmas layouts. And I'm also trying to use up a whole bunch of scraps of paper that I've used on other layouts and other Project Life spreads as well. Just so I don't have so many scraps lying around in my Christmas bin, because all my Christmas papers and embellishments and whatnot are all kept in one spot. They're not mixed in with my other supplies, and it annoys me having all the little scrappy bits in there. So I do try to use them up behind the photos a lot, and you'll see that in my spreads coming up. So just trimming down this paper. I can't remember where this one was from, sorry. I think I downloaded about 3 or 4 different Christmas kits from various stores and designers online, so I can't remember exactly where it's from. But I just trimmed it down, and it did have a spot, like a blank spot in the middle for a photo, so that's why I was using it for that particular one, because it was a square. And this was some like confetti background, and I actually layered it on top of itself about 3 times to make it more vibrant and more dots, more confetti sprinkles. But I'm pretty sure I don't actually end up using that. I'm fairly certain that I changed that out at the end, and now looking back, I wish that I hadn't. I think I actually prefer it like it is to how it ends up at the end, but never mind, I tend to do that. It happens. So just getting them all lined up there. Those are all of the fireworks, and then the bottom photo is Sam after getting his face painted. I was trying to get him to get a Christmas one, like a little Christmas tree or a star on his face, or she could do like reindeer antlers or a Santa hat and a beard. She could do all sorts of cool Christmas ones. And he took one look at the sheet of pictures, and he's like, I want to be a Ninja Turtle. I want to be a red Ninja Turtle. I'm like, well, at least it's red and green, and that will fit with my album. I'm cool with that. But it's not very Christmassy, but he loved it nonetheless. And they only charged you $1 for it, or $2. I think it was a gold coin donation, I think. And I thought that was just an absolute bargain. And the lady in front of me had 3 kids. All of them got their face painted, and she didn't put any money in the tin, and I was so annoyed. I ended up putting $4 in for Sam because I felt bad. The other lady before me hadn't paid at all. But yeah, so it was a really good night actually. Both nights were on this page. We've only lived in this town for not quite 18 months, so this was our second Christmas parade in Ipswich, and they do put on a really good show. I'll give them that. It was a good show, as it was last year as well. And then the one up at Mum's, their fireworks are spectacular every single year. I have not been disappointed with the fireworks show. Up on that side of town, they just do an absolutely amazing job. And it's all at the community centre, and they put on like barbecue. You can get hot dogs and burgers, and they do raffles. They collect from all the neighbouring streets. It's only a small community, and they collect for the raffle baskets, and people just donate any old thing. And you buy raffle tickets, and they draw them out on the night. And I think my mum won a blanket one year, like a crocheted was it crocheted or a patchwork blanket or something that someone had handmade. So it's really, really awesome. And they do Christmas carols and all sorts of things. And they usually have rides there for the kids, and yeah, and then it ends in fireworks. So that's pretty much one of our little traditions that we've been doing for, oh goodness, 7 years, 8 years maybe, I don't know, a long time we've been doing that. And we did miss the year that we went to New Zealand, and then there was another year that it got cancelled because it kept raining, and they postponed it to the next weekend, and then it poured with rain again, so they didn't have it that year, unfortunately. But other than those two, we haven't missed one since Mum's lived up that end of town. So now I'm just sticking all the photos down onto their backing papers. And as you saw just before, those 2 photos that I said I changed and I wished I hadn't, I found that a piece of 6x6 pattern paper that had twinkly lights all over it, and I thought that might have been better, but looking back, that was a bad decision. It's just too much colour, too much lights and twinkly bits in the background, and I really don't like it. In fact, I'm looking at the image now, and I might just go back and pull that apart again. Oops. I have done that on a few of my layouts, but I haven't liked certain aspects of them. I might go and do that when I finish this voiceover, actually, because this is the last one I've got to do for the day. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the last one I'm doing for today. And yes, so I was trying to find a little word sticker to add on to that one. I think I just go with love this. I think that's all that one says. Nice and simple. Little selfie by me and Sam. We're sitting on the side of the road waiting for the parade to start. We've had the same spot 2 years in a row, and it's right by where Santa walks through after he gets off his. He comes in a big truck right at the end, and he walks through the crowd, and then he goes and has, photos and stuff taken. And we've sat in the same spot, and he's walked right past us, which is pretty cool. Sam always thinks that's pretty awesome. And hopefully we'll be able to make it next year. I'm hoping, because it is pretty good. It's a good night out. And again, trying to find some more little word phrase stickers that I can add on here. I cannot for the life of me remember what they say. I filmed this a few weeks ago, so yeah, I'm not sure what I put on there anymore. A little bit of fiddling around on there as well. Excellent. And what else do I stick on there? See, it's really, really dark. Those photos, because the photos are black, because it's nighttime obviously, I think they did look better on the white background. Yep, I'm determined that I'm going to go and change that, because it's just too much, isn't it? Tell me I'm not overthinking it. It's too late. By the time you see this, I will have already changed it. But yeah, it's just too much background. It needs something more simple so that the photos shine. And I can't wait to start 2017 Project Life. I'm getting really excited, and I've got a couple of changes to how I'm doing it this year. I know I changed it up last year because I went to monthly, and I'm still going to keep with monthly, but I am going to be making a couple of other changes as to how I do my Project Life, and I'm working on that at the moment. I haven't done any of the layouts yet because the month hasn't finished, but I've started prepping for it, so that shall be coming up. Well, what date are we now? We are as I'm doing this voiceover, we're the 22nd of January. So I've only got, what, 8 more days? How many days in January? 8-9 more days until February. And yeah, I can start my 2017 Project Life. I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm hoping to get more layouts scrapped this year as well. I think last year I completed 39 layouts, which wasn't quite one a week that I had intended to do, but more than what I thought I'd done. When I went back and counted them all up, it was more than I thought I'd done. And to be fair, there was like 3 months when I didn't go in my scrap room. So if you take that out, I pretty much did do one a week. So I'm happy with what I achieved at the end of the day, which is good, and I can only improve this year. I may have not quite made it how I wanted to last year, so it can only get better. And that's how I'm going to look at it. So hoping to get a few more layouts done. So far I've done one a week. Actually, I think, what week are we in? Week 3? Week 3, week 4, and I think I've done 4 or 5 layouts already this year, so I'm ahead of the game, which is a good start. And just making up some backgrounds on a couple of cards. Sorry, this part's been a bit tedious, that's why I've been rambling on a little bit. We're nearly finished. Then I can stick those 2 photos down, and I think the layout might almost be complete. So that's what I meant by before when I said that I wanted to use up all the scraps. So those were just 2 little trimmed off bits that I was able to turn into 2 more cards without too much waste, which is nice. And this one's the same, so I'd obviously cut the edge off a 6x6, and that was the leftover part, and then the little black bit, I'm not sure what I'd use that on, but there was a little tiny piece left over, and I was able to use that on this card. So this is definitely making the most of those scraps and not letting them pile up, because you've all seen my scrap bin and it can't fit any more in it no matter how hard I try. That's busting it in seams. Literally one of the seams at the back has cracked, so there is too many scraps in that my craft room. So we will be trying to use those up and cut back even further. I think going with my minimalist approach, I can do it. I have faith in myself that I can do it. And then just using this roller stamp. No, don't use the roller stamp. I don't think I use this washi tape either, actually. Or maybe I do. Oh yeah, just love. Oh yeah, that works quite nicely. Anyway, that is this layout done, guys. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!